artists, this is Miss Moomey back today with another art video. We're going to do some unconventional art today, which should be really fun. Unconventional painting with some cool stuff. I really love being creative with some new stuff, as you can tell, using recycled materials and stuff like that. It just makes it more fun when we do things that aren't the usual just painting with a brush and just drawing with a pencil. So hang on and let's have some fun. Oh my goodness, we are gonna have so much fun. Okay, so I've had to work this out so that I can figure out the best way to show you how it works. We are going to bubble paint. It is so fun. Okay, so I took a couple of the ideas from Pinterest to kind of get an idea how to make the bubbles. And so I'm gonna show you how to make them now so that you can make them at home. So this is just one of the fun paintings we're gonna do today. So, all right, so what you need to make bubble paint, basically bubbles, you need a couple of bowls. You would rather use, I didn't have any paper bowls, but you would rather use a plastic bowl or something that you don't mind getting like dyed if the paint doesn't come right off. So don't use your best bowls, in other words. You need a couple of bowls, depending on how many colors you're gonna make. You need a little bit of soap, just a little bit at the bottom of the bowl. And I tried food coloring and I tried paint. It suggested temper paint, which is you know, the more like kid paint. All I have at home is acrylic, so I had to use this, but it worked fine. The food coloring didn't work so good. It was too light, but if you put enough in there and that's all you have, you might still get some good results, depending on how many you put in there, how many dots, little drops you put in there. So anyway, so I took my soap, I just squirted a little soap in there, and then I squirted a little paint in there, and I filled it up with just a little bit of water. You don't need a whole lot of water, but you want your bowl to be shallow enough so that you can reach the bubbles when they come up. So then you need, so we've got water, bowl, soap, paint. You need straw, a straw to blow through, at least one for each color. And then I was gonna use paper, but I think the paper plates did even better. So if you have paper plates, you know, they're really inexpensive and easy, you know, to use. This turned out really good, especially because they're a little heavier than regular paper. So this is the fun part. Now, little kiddos, make sure you get help from your mom or somebody that's hanging out with you. Do not drink this. I don't think it would taste very good, and if it does have paint in it, it's not good for you. So have fun blowing into it just like you're making bubbles. So take your straw, make sure that the bottom of the straw is down into the soap real good. You might even stir it around a little bit so all the paint and the soap get mixed up, and this is the fun part. Look. Is that not cool? So then when the bubbles start to pop up on top, that's when you put your paper or your plate and you grab those bubbles that come to the top. It's so much fun. I think I could do this all day. It is hilarious. And it's beautiful. I know it may be a little hard for you to see, but I've seen some different things you could do with this. They kind of look like hydrangea bushes. If you know what a hydrangea is, your parents might, and you cut them into circles and make them look like the top of the fluffy part of the hydrangea. Isn't that cool? Then I also did a blue one. The blue one's a lot lighter, so it didn't quite bright. But look at the cool texture that it creates on the paper plates. So let's try this one. Cool. So I just take my plate, set it on top of the bubbles, and then you just kind of let them dry. And you keep doing it over and over until you get as much paint on there as you can, because only a little bit of paint comes up with each bubble. Remember, don't suck in like you're drinking. Make sure that you blow into it. How fun is that? So that's just one cool project that we're doing today. All right, so that's our first messy project. Get ready for number 2. All right, so now I got me some paint laid out. I just used my acrylic paint. I used a blue, like a royal blue, a purple, and a white, because I know that these 3 colors will mix good together. Remember, if you add orange to blue, you're gonna get brown. If you add yellow to purple, you're gonna get brown. And if you use red and green together, you're gonna get brown. So just keep in mind what colors don't mix to make pretty. They look good together, just not mixed together. Okay, so I've got me a paper plate with my paint on it. I've cut me a couple of strings. Now some of you, first grade, got to do this year in class, and I didn't get a chance to do it with everybody. So I'm putting a string in each color. Now, see how I did that? Now I'm gonna take one of my straws, because that's what I've got over here anyway, and I'm gonna make sure that those get paint all over them, except for the tip, because I need somewhere to hold the string that's not gonna hopefully get all over my hands. So I'm getting it good and wet with the paint. Now I need one more straw to do with the white. Now this is an excellent project for you to be able to see the mixing of colors. You know what happens when you add white to any color? It lightens it, right? So you may find a really cool color you like. Now, speaking of cool colors, blue and purple and green are cool colors. Our warm colors, cool colors go good together, they mix well together. If you want to do warm colors, that's red, yellow, orange, pink, those mix good together too. So you could do a whole palette of that if you wanted to. Okay, so to make this the best you can, take a piece of paper, preferably some heavy paper if you have it, but if not, it's okay because this is just for fun. I took the paper and I folded it in half because it's gonna make it even more spectacular. So I'm gonna take the blue string and I'm gonna put it down into the paper, and I want my clean strip left out. Then I'm gonna take my purple. Now I'm gonna cross these because I want them to mix a little bit, and leave the tip. Notice the tip's on the same end so I can pull them all out at the same time. Now I've got the white one. I'm gonna put it through the middle. Now, this is the key. I'm going to close it, which means I'm going to get paint on both sides of my paper. And I'm going to pull the string, all 3 of them. You kind of want to keep some nice tightness on your paper. If you hold it down, that's probably your best bet. Then pull the string out. That way the string is doing some cool stuff inside that paper as it's coming out. There's my strings. I'll put them off to the side for now. Now let's see what coolness we made on the inside. Oh wow, isn't that neat? And you could do all sorts of stuff with this. You could make, these kind of look like flowers to me too. I guess I'm just a flower person, but you could make butterfly wings out of these. You could make something for your mom for Mother's Day. Maybe cut these out after they dry and make a butterfly and put it on a card for her. Because you know it's kind of hard to get out right now and get stuff from the store, so you could just make your own card. And she would be totally impressed because this is gorgeous. So there's our string art for today. So we did bubbles, we did string, and I've got one more fun thing for us to do. Okay. Our last fun, unconventional painting project today is with shaving cream. Now, some of you have done this before. It's so fun. And if you have a table that's not like a plastic tabletop or something, you could just put some shaving cream on your table and write in it if Mom says that's okay, or Dad, but not on a good wooden table, don't do it. So anyway, let's get on to our project. I've got me 2 plates out here because I'm going to put the shaving cream on the plate. So we want a good bit. Got me one good glob there. I'm gonna make one more glob because we're gonna kind of test it out a little. We're gonna use paint on one, and we're gonna use water, food coloring on the other one. See how they turn out. Now, you're gonna have to like squirt these straight from the bottle probably. That'll probably be your best bet. Oh, I've gotta grab some glue too. So, give me a second. I almost forgot my important part. I gotta have some white glue in there too. So shaving cream, white glue. That makes it a little puffy. If you do it without glue, it won't be quite as puffy. Then, all right, let's do one with paints. You see my shaving cream and my glue so far. I'm gonna take some paint. And I just kind of want to mix it around. Now remember, same thing, what colors mix and which ones don't. Because in this case, it's going to get mixed up, just like it did on the last. So I used 2 shades of purple there, maybe a touch of pink. I still want a little bit of white left, so I still want to be able to see that. Well, come on out there. This is kind of like splatter painting a little bit. So there's my cool painting shaving cream. Then on the other shaving cream with my glue, I'm gonna add food color. I don't use this very often. I've been using it more at home because it's easy to use at home, and usually we have some of this for bacon or something. So I'm gonna take the blue and I'm gonna do some dots of blue on there. Usually a little bit of this goes a long way, so you don't need a ton. I'm gonna use a little red. And I think I'll stick with just the blue and the red, because if I put any yellow in there, you're gonna end up with gray, because that's what happens when those 3 colors mix. Yellow, red, and blue being our primary colors, remember. When they mix together, they make gray. They make gorgeous colors as 2, but as 3, it's not so good. So let's take a straw, maybe mix those around a little bit so we can see what we get. Then if you feel like you need to add some more, you can. I still feel like I need some more color. Oh yeah. There we go. Neato. Alright. So, now that we've got this made, this is pretty in itself, but we want to add it to paper so we can see it's actually how it transforms from the plate to the paper. So let's do the paint one first. I've got a piece of paper, so I thought I would do a paper, and I thought I could do a paper plate too, because these, like we said earlier, these are heavier, and I can use a ton of these and it's not a big deal. So maybe I'll do the first one on the plate. I think I'll put it into each other like this, curve to curve, because if I do it this way, I may not get as much paint. So I want to see how cool it can turn out. So watch the magic. All right, I'm going to smush it down. Be careful because it might squirt out the sides if you go really fast. So go easy. You can kind of swirl it a little bit if you want. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's beautiful. Awesome. And if I want to, I can take my straw and I could even draw in it. Cute, huh? Alright, so there's one. That's the one I stuck into the paint, or into the plate, sorry. I still have enough on this plate. I'm going to try a paper too. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to stick my paper on top. Once again, I'm not going to like, or it will go everywhere. I know, I've done it before. Or I've watched you do it at school before. Alright, so I'm mushing down onto my plate. Run my fingernails across it a little. We'll see what happens. Ooh, it's kind of marbly looking. You could wait and let it dry and cut it out into a shape. You could, there's all sorts of things you could make with this. You could cut a heart, or you could do your initials on there to hang up in your room. So that is our shaving cream. All right, let's try the one with the water, with the food coloring. I'll move this out of the way. This one, red and blue. Let's do the plate first and see how that turns out. Ready to smush, but not too hard. I think this one's gonna be really pretty because of the way that the straw mushed through. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. That turned out even prettier than it looked before we put it down. Don't you think? It looks kind of like marble. And look, I can take it and draw me an M on there for Miss Moomey. And then let it dry, and then it'll stay there like that. All right, there's one. Now let's try paper and see what happens. You're just gonna get a little bit of what's left over on the plate. Neat. See how cool that turned out? We've done these before to make them look like Easter eggs. You can make, a flower out of them, of course. There's all sorts of things you can do with that. It's so pretty. Or it can just be abstract art the way it is. You know what abstract means? That means that it doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's just pretty because it's art, and you're exploring all the colors and the elements of art using inside the pieces you're making it. And with this, we're using color, we're using pattern and cool texture and value. So we've used all sorts of elements of art today. So I hope you had fun with me today, and I hope that you're able to find your artsy side today with all this fun things that we can do at home. So hopefully I will be back with you soon with something else fun for us to do with art. I miss you guys.